The river the flowing behind as if it were a wrinkle of the map of United States. The Mississippi River part of the country into and is where in Minnesota. It measures only 3 meters wide, but it currently largest thanks to the dozens of tributaries that flow into way along the 3,700 kilometers that runs to the south. By the time it's near Orleans, measures 16 meters deep and 1 kilometer wide, and by its empty delta in the Gulf of Mexico. 15,000 liters of water per second, and a figure that can reach 10,000. The inhabitants of its banks can know what it is able to make all that water. The same flooding fields, smashing dikes, drowning houses, and running lives. Even so far, imagine what happened a while ago, less than 200 years. In December 1811, an invisible force seized the valley for several weeks. Mississippi Central. Strong earthquakes, they raised and sank the river as if out of a raw sea. So much harsher the land that on February 7, 1812, just upstream of New Madrid, the powerful Mississippi flowed north in place to the south.
With that event ended a period of terror. Now, as the New Madrid earthquake that had begun of the 2 in the morning on December 16, 1811, when fierce earthquake struck the area that today forms the whole of the state of Missouri. The people of the city and the country woke up when their fortune began to move and the dishes smashed on the floor. The houses moved from their place. They all ran out of the stove outside, shivering with cold and fear. Their unhoused cave of tranquility were now afraid to their lives. He kept shaking until dawn took less strongly. They come another around 11, even worse. Several cracks opened in the ground from which terribly jet of man, water, and coal, as well as sulfurous gases of vitiating air. Some people say thousands of the bears flee in terror. When the violence finally subsided, the town of Little Prairie, Missouri, was nothing but ruins.
A hectic walk along the river. That same day, the steamboat New Orleans made its maiden voyage south, down the Ohio River to the Mississippi. Mississippi with destination to New Orleans. The jubilation turned to anxiety when he reached the waters affected by strong tremors. The banks of the river shook and were decoupled into water, but the trunk surface had been buoyant for a long time and would threatened to crack the hull of the ship. The ship was rocking like a crab at the mercy of the strong waves. The navigation chart prepared for the tour proved useless. The seismos they had changed the course of the river. That pleasure trip had welcomed a journey of terror.
Small tremors continued until January 1812. Then at night, in the morning of the 33, the people felt the convulsing another strong earthquake. As the epicenter was near Point Pleasant, Missouri, its inhabitants abandoned the already affected town. Those who returned the following month discovered that the town had not only been devastated, but that there was not even a trace of it. The January 23 earthquake had thrown Point Pleasant and the land that supported it into the waters of the Mississippi. Fearing that the end of the world had come, many people began to return to religion. When those reporters took the long empathy court seat, some clingy reduced, others doubting the motives of these rapidly growing heirs called them hereway Christians. Pastor James B. Finley delivered a passionate sermon in which he quoted Revelation 16:17 from the King James Version, which in Spanish say in the modern version, from the great day of his wrath has come, and not who will be able to stand. More psychically than spiritually, it had become very difficult to stand because the earth did not stop shaking. Near New Madrid, earthquakes had created temporary waterfall in the Mississippi, and dozens of boats capsized as they passed by. The earthquake on February 17 raised and sank the land, forcing the river to flow in the opposite direction. You cracked opened in the bed, causing violent eddies that engulfed more vessels. The earthquake diverted the river and flooded towns and fields. The diverted water treated railroad like a huge body of water in Tennessee that did not exist before 1812 to die clinging tenaciously to the middle of the lake, trees that were once found on dry line. Since modern seismographs were not available in 1812, there are not exact figures on the magnitude of the New Madrid earthquake. In any case, scientists calculate that at least 3 of 10 excesses 8.0 degrees and the Richter scale. They are considered the strongest ever observed in the contiguous United States and one of the most powerful on a global scale on record. And although the area was sparsely populated, dozens, perhaps hundreds of people died. The catastrophe. Today, the Mississippi flows through the hill of Missouri as if nothing had happened. But if he could speak, he would have an impressive account of the day he flowed back to tell.